There we go, Ivan plucking a pheasant. Done many times before, haven't you, Ivan?
Pheasant pluck a son?
So is there any particular knack to doing this, or
No, not really.
grab them and pull them out?
Yeah.
Right.
Depends how much mesh you want all over the place. You want the tail feathers though, don't you?
Yeah.
He's all feathers, this one.
And there was you saying there's a big one.
Yeah, he looked big.
Probably because it's cold, he's trying to insulate himself a bit.
I think so.
There's some nice colouring on them, haven't they?
Yeah. They're not actually native to this country. They were introduced here.
So what's the yellow stuff in there? Is that just the fat, or...?
It's where he's been, yeah, but it's been lucky enough to have been corn fed because they're bred on the estate next door, and this one was silly enough to come over here thinking he was safe.
Yeah.
And he was just shot a different way. It's pretty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Those different colours, see the blues?
Yeah, blues and purples and
Yeah.
whatnot. Is that the oils in its feathers, or...?
Ooh, yeah, I don't know enough about that. Pretty markings though. You know, so much of it is feather.
Yeah.
Where you think you're going to end up with a massive bird when you see them strutting around when you first bring them down, but...
I suppose that's what makes them quite resilient to the shotgun pellets as well, isn't it? I suppose it absorbs the shock a little bit.
Yeah. Bearing in mind these are all, they're bred on the estate next door purely for sport.
Well, yeah.
And so we're lucky enough to get a few come onto our land so we can take advantage of that. You can see that this is a bred one from the farm next door. Look at that crop. Absolutely chocker. Look at that.
That's why he looks so big.
Yeah. That is like winning the jackpot on a fruit machine, isn't it? That is entirely corn fed, look.
Which side of the bread was buttered?
I think so. Yeah, well, until he came over and
yeah, he
trade on our side of the woods. Well, here we are, another weekend of good fun. It's mighty cold. We've got a fire going. I won't tell you what's in that Dutch oven. Oh, alright, then I will. It's pheasant. Do you want to lift the lid off, Adam? So we can show the members. We've used some road poles to set up. It's just getting late evening now. Hopefully you can hear it sizzling. There's a little fellow in there. We've got some vegetables to accompany it once it's done. And we've got a good mate coming up with us tomorrow, Alistair, better known as Skate. And we're going on a good old walk. So hopefully there should be some more film of our exploits, because we've got quite an expedition planned tomorrow.
A jaunt?
Yes, a jaunt. The owls are squawking. We've seen one or two bits and pieces. And we'll join you again tomorrow, no doubt, if there's not a little bit more of this evening's jollity. Okay. Well, here we are. Another lads' weekend out. Come to a totally different part of Dartmoor. This is called Scorhill. So just giving you a bit of a panorama. This is pretty bleak up here, and we're planning to camp, but not tonight. This is more of a summer thing. So we're right up on top, but beautiful day again. No wind, sun's trying to break through the cloud. Okay. Right, here we go then. a little bit of walking in film, and then chop out the boring bit, and we'll get down to where it's where we're headed. Apparently I've got to stop talking a couple of seconds before I push the buttony thing, so I'm going to do that now. So here we are, Scorhill Stone Circle, one of the most impressive ones on Dartmoor. It's got one of the tallest standing stones of any stone circle, that little baby there, which is 8 feet high, and it's still pretty perfect. And there is tale that this is one of the few stone circles on Dartmoor that the animals refuse to walk through. There's Adam taking a few pics. The grass is all worn and you think, what a load of nonsense, but that's human wear. And I've got to be honest, even horse riders, cattle, sheep, they all tend to go round. For some reason the animals will not walk through it.
Apart from this horse.
But well, that's, you know, I've often said, what a load of nonsense. Yeah, well, unless horse riders force them to, but that's definitely a... Anyway, I don't care. And still remnants of... Where's that zoom thing? There's still remnants of snow on the... I don't know, can you see that? Oh, who knows?
I'll take a picture of it.
Yeah, you take a photo of it. I'll get back to normal. But it's pretty bleak and windswept up here when the weather's bad. And with it being a bit of a trek from my side of the moor, I don't get here as often as I'd like to because it is absolutely stunning. And in the summer there is nowhere more beautiful. But the trouble is then people come out. So hopefully we'll get a bit of film from the circle back down to the old Clapper Bridge and give you an idea of where we camp and what we do, and something a little bit special I'll tell you about in a minute. Oh, listen to me. Adam just on the return walk from the stone circle. Rather than just show you film of boring paths, we then come along to some man-made water supply for Scorhill, which is a small hamlet, and Merchington and Higher Merchington, which there are warning signs where you park not to wee in it or interfere with it. Here's a little clapper bridge across the said water supply. It's as clean as a whistle. You drink straight from this. And then, I don't know if you can see in the distance, we're heading down, down there to that clapper bridge, which I'll have some more film of in a minute. Ooh, got to do that a bit slower, I think. Well, here we are, one of the more impressive Dartmoor clapper bridges. Okay, I've been here for years. In the summer you can lie down in that beautiful little stream, which is also clean enough to drink straight from. This is one complete piece of granite, and obviously back in the day when you didn't have modern machinery to put all this stuff in place, quite a remarkable feat to be able to move something like that, when you think that that stuff weighs 100 weight per square foot. Absolutely beautiful. Little bathing pool over there, and more panorama. Still snow on the tops. As you pan round, and you might even spy an Adam taking some sexy photos. Right, I'm going to carry on. This might be a bit wobbly, but you can always fast forward it. Modern technology. So as I said, in the summer you're likely to get a few here, but in the winter you're pretty much left alone. But a fabulous spot to camp for the bit more adventurous that don't mind a walk to get in where they're going. But if you get it right, it's absolutely beautiful because you can tent anywhere, lots of level areas, and as I'll show you in a minute, there's a little sweetheart of a fir plantation where you can hang. It's a little bit dense, but if the weather's good it makes no difference because you're only going in there to sleep anyway. Right, now you thought that other clapper bridge was quite good. Well, I hope you did. This one's even more impressive, because this is actually a two-piece, but still massive slabs. It's the simplest of engineering, but absolutely incredible. On the other side of the bridge, sorry the continuity's not great, but we haven't got a lot of battery left. I'll just spin round, show you the woods over the wall across there that you can hang in. Oh, oops, over there. It's pretty dense, but you don't get bothered up here. Here we go. Here we are, a little bit further down the river. It gets a bit lumpy and bumpy here. But these are two old 7-foot gate posts braced together with steel to form another crossing. This would have been predominantly just for animals. Stood the test of time. And they say things like, if you want one of these at home in your garden, if you can pick it up and carry it under your arm, you can have it. So, another fantastic spot, and we're obviously getting a little bit closer to the special bit I was telling you about downriver there. This is fantastic. I haven't been here for years. What a buzz. This is the special bit. This is the bit we've trekked down to see. It's called the Tolman Stone. So it's actually got holes going right through it. Nobody can explain how they got there. There are all kinds of reasons people give. Anyway, it's a beautiful part of the river, and legend has it that it cures all ills if you climb through the beastie. In particular, arthritis and rheumatism. I'm getting a bit of an old sod myself. I thought it was about time I came and had a go at this again. So hopefully my filming and me watching where I tread is giving you an indication of what it's like. Right in the middle of the river, in a sort of a perfectly smooth formation. I'm sure there are members out there who've been here and done this. And that's how close the wood is. But crossing at night wouldn't be nice. As you can see, it gets a bit rough and special. So I'll wait till Adam gets over here, and we'll take it in turns to film each other climbing through it, just to prove we're going to get rid of all our arthritis and rheumatism, and of course all those other ills. Shame we haven't got one of these in the garden with a hangover cure. We could go through it every morning. Well, not every morning, of course. Well, hopefully the rumble of the water, you can hear my rubbish commentary over it.